I'm going to read in Spanish because the Bible is in Spanish. Then we speak about it in English. Igualmente, jóvenes, estad sujetos a los ancianos y todos sumisos unos a otros, revestidos de humildad, porque Dios resiste a los soberbios y da gracia a los humildes. Humillaos pues bajo la poderosa mano de Dios, para que Él os exalte cuando fuere tiempo. All right. It says that you need to respect your elders, that also that you need to respect one another. That you got to be humble. Being humble doesn't mean that you let everybody take advantage of you, but that you do things with the spirit of giving and the right mind of a Christian, not expecting something in return for the things you do, but God sees everything you do, and He will reward you when the time is right, and when His time comes for Him to give you your reward. So, when you are humble in spirit, and you listen to an advice, and you take the time to think about what the advice says, like for example, if your mother says, or your aunt or your cousin tells you not to go to some place because it's dangerous, and or not to be hanging out with such and such because they might be dangerous. Doesn't matter if you know that person from all the time. If an adult saying, I think there's a problem with that person, at least consider it. Think about it. Why do they say that? Do you have any stories you would like to share about situations like that? How about you, Amanda? You don't have any? Okay. So, when you have a humble heart, you don't take things for granted. You try to serve. You try to be helpful. The prideful, they don't have a humble heart. They think they're better than everybody else. I cannot do this because I'm me. I don't pick up trash because I'm a deacon in the church. I cannot pick up trash. No. We have to have a humble heart and do the simple job, the big job. It doesn't matter how big or small the position you might be holding in a church, or the position you might be holding in your house, or the responsibilities you have in your house. You do them glad, and in due time you see that things are going to change. Anybody want to comment anything? You sure?
Oh, so you basically saying that you have to be humble to get something, get in return, basically?
Basically.
Alright.
Because prideful people, they really get it. It comes back to bite them in the rear end. Because I don't know if you noticed, for example, in school, people that are really prideful, like because they have all good grades and nobody can talk to them because they're too good to talk to you. Usually, those people, when they graduate from school, the only thing they can do is teach, because they won't last one day in a real job, because they're not humble enough to listen to the boss. So they can teach, and usually those are the bad teachers, the ones that tend to frustrate the students. I know that for a fact because I had a couple of those teachers. It's their way or the highway. And everybody has a different way to learn. Like, I noticed he learns by doing. He listens once and he knows, He's really smart.
Pay attention.
He's good with the drums. And they have different ways to learn. It's like, let's say, if I'm gonna remember a phone number, I have a very particular way to remember the phone number. I look at the numbers and I draw the shape that they make, and that's the way I remember the numbers. I don't remember the numbers, actually, I remember the shape I make. Yeah, for example, like 4864, I go like, oh, makes a V. So I dial the air code and then make the shape, and that's the way I remember the phone numbers. If you ask me for anybody's phone number, I will know. I see the phone, I do the shape, and then I know the number. Other people memorize the numbers, like my wife. She knows everybody's phone number.
What's my phone number?
So that's what I say. If you have a humble heart, you understand that everybody learns differently, and that you can deal with different situations, basically.